Okay. On November 13, 2011, at approximately 4:44 a.m., off-duty police officer G.W. German, ID number 60363, was approached by a Family Dollar delivery driver who reported that Family Dollar at 5290-1 Norwood Avenue was being robbed by a black male armed with an AK-47. At the time, police officer German was off-duty working secondary employment at Walgreens at 5108 Norwood Avenue. Walgreens is actually south of the Family Dollar. Police officer German radioed the dispatcher and responded to the business. Police officers from Zone 1 arrived and established a perimeter around Family Dollar. Police officer German observed suspect 1, Edward James Littleton, black male, 22, holding a black AK-47, carrying it up across his chest, walked up to the front glass window and looked out to the parking lot. Police officer German fired 3 rounds from his issued AR-15 rifle, striking suspect Littleton in the left shoulder. Suspect 2, Frederick Vernell Jennings, black male, 17, ran out of the business and was apprehended outside. Our investigation revealed the suspects drove a green car and parked near the Family Dollar. The Family Dollar delivery driver arrived sometime before 4:44 a.m. and began to offload merchandise. The Family Dollar delivery truck was parked at a side door to the business. Several Family Dollar store employees were working and helping to offload the merchandise when suspect Littleton and suspect Jennings walked up on foot armed with an AK-47 and a .32 caliber revolver. The suspects gathered the employees and went inside, where they demanded money from the safe. The delivery driver was not seen by the suspects and went to get help at the Walgreens. The safe was open and the suspects took money. At the scene, we actually recovered an AK-47 which was loaded and an unloaded .32 caliber revolver. Suspect Littleton was apprehended inside the store and suspect Jennings was apprehended outside. None of the employees were injured during this incident, and both suspects confessed to this robbery and no other robberies. The business, just to let you know, we had an incident on Friday night at the Golden Crab House. This incident is not related to that one at all. Any questions?
Can you tell us there have been several other robberies at Family Dollar stores around Jacksonville over the last couple months? Do you think that those are related to this, and can you give us any update on those?
We've had a total of 8 Family Dollar business robberies over the last 90 days in Jacksonville. In looking at these suspects, the way they were dressed, how they were armed, and the time that they struck, it was not like any of the other 7 that we've seen. So this is not, we do not believe at this time that these are related to any other Family Dollar store robberies that we've had.
Do you think that those other 7 are related?
We do not. We think that in looking at the ones that we have before, the other 7, we don't think that they are, within that group of 7, there's probably at least 3 to 4 different distinct suspects, the way they operate and rob the businesses.
Why, I mean, if we can speculate, why are these Family Dollars being targeted?
I don't know the answer for that. I know in this particular incident that we had, they actually demanded money from the safe and got money from the safe, so I guess I can't answer that for you.
A large amount of cash?
Yeah, well, I would consider it to be a sizable amount of cash.
Officer German, has he ever shot anybody or been involved in a shooting before?
I don't have that answer. I know he's been on 7 years. I don't know if he has any other officer-involved incidents.
From what I understand, it was his first night working at the Walgreens that night?
In looking at some records that I have, I know he's worked there previously. He was actually working secondary employment at that Walgreens on the night that this happened, from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. And then looking, I know he's previously worked there as well.
Did the driver know that there was a police officer there, or did he just go to the Walgreens?
I don't have that answer. I don't know if he did or not.
And so did that, the officer who was working as a security at Walgreens, did he use his JSO weapon, or he was working for a separate security company, is that right? Actually,
he was engaged in secondary employment, off-duty work at the Walgreens. Basically, Walgreens was hiring him to protect and secure their business. And about 15 minutes before he was about ready to get off duty from Walgreens, that's when the Family Dollar delivery driver came up and got him and went over, and basically he became involved and responded to this incident. He actually used his issued AR-15 rifle to discharge at the suspect.
Is he going to get accommodation, or what's going to happen to him? He did, from what I understand, what you told me at the scene, he also coordinated all the officers coming in, and he was quite helpful.
Yeah, in my understanding, what he ended up doing was He actually, once a Family Dollar representative contacted him and told him about the robbery in progress that was happening, he responded over there. He also notified our dispatchers, which enabled other officers from Zone 1 to respond, set up a perimeter, and actually successfully apprehend both suspects.
How far away was he when he shot? Was he 10 yards, 100 yards?
He was approximately, I'd say at least 30 yards away.
So that was a good shot, huh?
He did what he was supposed to.
You hit him with all 3 shots?
No, the suspect was struck once time in the left shoulder.
And was Officer German the only officer on scene at the time?
No, there was actually other officers that had established a perimeter around the business at the time of the when the shooting took place.
Did German have any prior military experience?
I do not know that answer.
How long is he on administrative leave for?
Typically what happens with these, they're placed on administrative leave for 3 days, and then we go through our internal process to make sure he's okay to come back to duty. So with his work schedule and everything, and if everything's good, he should be back to work this week sometime, but that's another for me to decide. Oh, there have been no previous shootings involving him.
Can I ask you about Friday night's attempted robbery at the Golden Crab House? Do you know, are you guys still looking for a second suspect? Can you give me any updates on
No,
that case?
and I'll have to refer to some information that I have here.
ID on the deceased man?
What's that now?
Maybe an ID on the deceased man?
We do. I'll have to get that information for you. What I can tell you with the incident on Friday night, right now as we're doing this press conference, we're actually in the process of upgrading the charges. As you know, Friday night we had the incident at the Golden Crab House at 2808 Edgewood Avenue North, and during that investigation we actually arrested a Sherry Beth Jones, who's going to be a white female, 27 years of age, and we also arrested a Oscar Coleman, who's a black male, who is 32 years of age. Both of these individuals, both Jones and Coleman, right now we are in the process of upgrading their charges to felony murder for the death of the other suspect that was involved in that incident. And if you have any questions about that.
Was the other suspect possibly a brother of the man you arrested?
Yes, that's correct. The brother, actually Oscar Coleman, his brother was the one that was involved in the armed robbery. He was the one that was shot and killed.
But no ID on him yet? On the deceased man?
We have it.
Robert Coleman.
Robert Coleman. Robert Coleman.
22-year-old black man.
Black male, 22 years of age.
Any more questions?
Do we have anything on the priors for these 2 suspects for the Family Dollar?
Yep, we do. Actually, the only one that has in history at all is suspect Littleton. He's actually been arrested for knowingly operating a vehicle with driver's license suspended, canceled, or revoked, and that's it for his criminal history, nothing else. The other one, as an adult, doesn't have any criminal history at all.
So that was just like a misdemeanor?
Yes, it is.
Question?